Ryan Garcia, who still does not have an opponent for a spring fight. During Saturday night's Virgil Ortiz versus Maurice Hooker event right here on DAZN, Golden Boy promoter Oscar De La Hoya had this to say when I asked him what is next for Ryan Garcia.
We have something special in line for Ryan. I'm sitting down with him next week, and we're going to present to him a plan that will take him to that world title status, that will take him to superstardom. So all world champions are calling him out instead of him calling all the world champions out. So it's a very, very unique position. We just have to be very smart on how we plan out his career, because I don't think there's any other fighter out there that can demand what he's demanding.
Sergio, what is a good plan for Ryan Garcia?
Ryan Garcia is bouncing off a good win with Luke Campbell. He needs to ride that momentum. I think a fight staying parallel with Canelo, maybe in May somewhere, with a former champion that's highly ranked, but by all the organizations, I think Richard Comey makes perfect sense. He's only been stopped one time, and that's by maybe the best lightweight in Teofimo Lopez. Makes perfect sense for the top, prospect and top contender in Ryan Garcia to put himself against a former champion like Comey. It's an excellent fight. Stay busy, then ride it out to maybe in the fall where he could face the winner of Linares and Haney.
Yeah, whether it's Richard Comey or Javier Fortuna, another fighter that Garcia has discussed as an opponent, he's got to find somebody, and find somebody within the next month and a half. I mean, Ryan Garcia has some real momentum going here. He won by knockout against Luke Campbell, the most significant win to date. Obviously, Haney is not going to happen next. That Haney fight is scheduled for late May against Jorge Linares. But either Fortuna or Richard Comey are credible fights that would be a natural next step for Ryan Garcia. And talking to Lou DiBella, Comey's promoter, he is all on board with a Richard Comey fight. Fortuna wants to fight either Haney or Garcia, so he's ready to go as soon as possible. So get Ryan back in the ring and then start to evaluate your options in the fall. I think that Haney is a credible opponent for Garcia sometime in the fall. There could be other options out there. I know that Ryan really likes the idea of fighting Gervonta Davis, but this recent criminal charge against Gervonta certainly clouds his future, at least in the boxing ring. I just think for Ryan Garcia, stay busy in 2021. Get some fights in, maybe as many as 3 or 4 this year. Get your money, and then set yourself up in 2022 for some massive showdowns at 135 or 140.
Hey, who knows? The massive showdowns could happen this year. You never know with Ryan Garcia. Yeah, he wants the big names. He wants the Tank Davis. He wants the Linares. He wants all the big dogs. He wants all the smoke. Devin Haney's the one that he needs to be fighting. But since that fight's not going to happen next, wait it out. I say September. What I do want Ryan Garcia to do, aside from staying busy, is stay parallel with Canelo. I mean, they're stablemates. They're on the opposite side of the promotional streets now. But stay busy with Canelo. So if Canelo's fighting in May, fight in May. If Canelo fights again in September, fight in September. Ride that momentum together. They could ride the wave of success together in May and September. And knowing Ryan Garcia, he might want to squeeze in another fight before the year's over. So I think it makes total sense to stay busy with a former champion like Richard Comey or Javier Fortuna.
Now, I'm not dismissing Devin Haney either as an opponent before the end of the year, but my interest, Sergio, in Devin Haney is going to be based a lot on what I see out of Haney against Jorge Linares. I mean, Linares should be tailor-made for him. He comes straight forward. He's a big puncher, but he's also been knocked out 5 times in his career. This is the type of opponent that Haney can look good against. So if Haney looks good against Jorge Linares, I am all in for Garcia Haney before the end of the year.
Hey, that's exactly what we were saying with Yerokis Gamboa, and we've seen that Haney, dominated, but it wasn't that knockout performance that made everyone heads turn. So maybe the exact same thing could happen here with a 3-time champion like Linares. But if he does have that big knockout win, I mean, we keep talking about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. Who's better? They're even. I mean, they're competing with each other right now. So it all depends how good Haney looks against Linares, who's an excellent champion, former champion, and we know how Ryan Garcia did in his last fight. He looked spectacular.
Thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe All Media New York.